Welcome back to my channel. This is Joshua Lillehagen of Sashes&Scripts, and we are now interviewing 3 of the winners of the Great Man of the Universe Philippines. And we have here Rizmel Cabigao, we have Joshua Lillehagen, and we have Justine Ong. Okay, so hello guys, how are you?
Hello, sir.
How's the feeling? You've just won last Sunday. Are you still ecstatic? Nasa winning high pa ba kayo up until this point?
To be honest, winning the title, it was insane. I can't put into words how I'm feeling because this feeling I've never really felt it before. I don't know, I haven't cried in around 2 or 3 years, and yet that night I almost burst out into tears. I was holding myself back from crying. So, yeah, what about you?
Ako din po, hindi po ako makapaniwala na kinaya ko pong makapasok po sa top 5 po. Hindi ko po talaga inaasahan yung sarili ko. In-enjoy ko lang po yung pageant na to at binigay ko lang po kung ano po yung kaya kong gawin at lahat po ng tinuro sa akin ng hunter ko, ginawa ko lang po nung finals night po.
Ako din po sir, I'm still in the process of understanding everything po. Kasi actually, that night I wasn't really expecting anything because yun nga, I'm in a competition with 40 equally great men. And then halos lahat ang lalakas, ang mga nila walang tapon. So that night I was just enjoying the moment sa duwag. And then lalo na ako yung palaging last na tinatawag sa top. So parang wala at the moment, parang hindi pa siya nagsisink in, still on the process, pero at the same time, I feel so excited sa mga mangyayari para sa amin, sa mga opportunities na mag-open para sa amin, and I am very much ready to take that responsibility and those opportunities po. Though hindi pa nagsisink in, nanalo kami. So, and then actually sir, sa Great Man, kaming tatlo po yung magbubarka na talaga, we are brothers, and then we told each other na sana tayo yung 3 remaining men na nandun doon sa stage, and then look at us, we actually won. So, di ba bro?
And I love the camaraderie that I'm seeing among the winners. Was it natural na nag-progress yung ganong camaraderie because you spent quite some time together, several days in Baguio, may bonding experience kayo, right?
Yeah, we have bonding experience, especially sa Baguio. Parang kami tatlo po yung play Musketeers.
Lalo na sa Mountain Bell.
Sa Mountain
Nag-TikTok po kami noon, then nag-viral po yung TikTok namin.
Oh, and
There was a TikTok that Justin posted actually. It got over 200,000 views on TikTok.
Parang it just came naturally po. Nag-vibes lang talaga kami, and then parang nakalimutan namin na we're on a competition. So, which is nag-add up din talaga sa experience namin sa journey. Hindi kami great na nag-universe po. Kasi kung wala yun, I think hindi ako ganito mag-enjoy sa experience ko. Kung wala sila, I think hindi ganun kasaya or iba yung experience, iba yung feeling ko na nag-feel ko ngayon kung wala po itong dalawa to.
Looking at the roster of kayong tatlo, the best example, the Great Man of the Universe Philippines, it seems like height is might. You're 6 feet tall. You're 6'2". You are also 6'2". Do you think that naging advantage sa inyo yung matikas, matipuno at matangkad kayo?
I feel like it has an advantage because of the standards that are put into today's society. The beauty standards, I guess. I feel like, especially in modeling, a lot of modeling agencies try to look for taller men. So I feel like that's the same when it comes to pageantry, because pageantry, it's not only about how you answer questions. There is a big factor when it comes with your looks, and they do look for model-worthy contestants. So I feel like it did give us an advantage. However, there are a lot of shorter candidates that were in this pageant that won, and a lot of shorter candidates that didn't win that were actually really, really strong. So height does not mean everything. It just plays a part.
Yeah.
Plays a part.
But it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
Take away your...
Yeah. I kind of agree because among the 10, there's quite a diverse set of winners, not just in heights but also in careers and in backstories, in the type of jobs that you're doing. There is students, working students. There are career professionals. There are accountants, a couple of accountants. There's EJ, who is a tourism advisor in his place. So do you feel that Great Man selected really diverse winners in terms of not just looks but backgrounds as well, and that the winners themselves as a collective group is a representation of what the Filipino population can offer in terms of looks, in terms of male kings?
Para po sa akin, I think Great Man did a really, really good job in selecting the winners. Like for example, ako, I am an event coordinator, and at the same time, siguro nakita sa akin ng Great Man of the Universe organization na I can hold the title Pro Earth because sa mga videos ko, I actually included there the Yolanda, yung nangyari sa amin, and then sa charity din po, I actually included the kids na tumitira sa dam site. So parang they saw a potential in I can represent and then can do the responsibilities when it comes to environmental awareness. So, and then we are very, very lucky to have a set of candidates na very diverse talaga. Yun ba, sabi mo, very diverse when it comes to sa mga trabaho, sa kanya-kanyang pagkakatao. So, yun po.
And Joshua, do you think that because you come from different and unique backgrounds, that each one of you has something unique to bring to the table, to the Great Man of the Universe organization?
Yeah, of course. There isn't one set definition of what makes a man great. You know, there are different personality traits, there are different mindsets that each candidate has that make them great. And that's why each one of them won their own each individual title, because they're fit to battle for that title, and they're fit to battle and bring that name of that title for the Philippines, you know. And especially when it comes to what being a Filipino truly is about, each one of us represents a different Filipino. You know, one that has grown in a Western society, one that has grown in the Visayas region, one that has grown in Luzon, others that have, you know, grown up in different backgrounds. So I feel like the way that they chose the winners was actually not only coincidental but also really well chosen. Each one of us holds different, unique attributes about ourselves that really represents what being Filipino truly is about.
And also I noticed, you are in different ages. Jupiter, I think, is 27. EJ is 31. You're 19. You're 22, and you're 23. So 20. So do you feel that age is not a factor, and that age just only enriches the different, flavors that you can offer to the organization? Sa tingin mo, yung edad, yung pagkakaiba niyo ng edad, nagbibigay ng mas magandang balanse sa kung ano yung kaya nyong iparating or ibigay sa organisasyon.
Yes, para sa akin, maganda po yun na magkakaiba po kami ng age para natuturuan po namin yung kapwa namin Great Man, at syempre natututo rin po sila sa amin. Ayun po, syempre po, kapag may brotherhood po kayo, magsasabi po kayo na yung nakikita nyo pong mali sa kanya or kung ano po yung kakulangan niya, then same din po sa inyo.
Tapos, Rizmel, gusto kong i-follow up na tanong sa'yo kasi ako nahihirapan akong interviewin ka dahil matatas kang magsalita ng Tagalog. Malalim yung pinaghuhugutan mo ng Tagalog. And that is particularly special sa mga taga Laguna, taga Bulacan, na kapag nagsasalita kayo, matatas yung Tagalog ninyo. Paano mo sa tingin mo paparating sa mas malaking audience, sa mas karamihan ng mga tao na kinakailangan yung pananalita natin mas may appreciation tayo sa purong Tagalog. Kasi sa ngayon nagkakaroon kasi ng halo-halo, ng pinaghahalo-halo yung Tagalog at Ingles. So kapag kinakausap kita, hirap akong makipagpalitan ng kuro-kuro sa iyo dahil kinakailangan malalim din ang atake, ang hugot ko ng Tagalog.
Para po sa akin, pag nagsasalita at sumasagot lang po ako, lagi ko pong isinasapuso po yung sagot ko na para maintindihan din po ng aking kausap. Ayun.
Because language is a very, a very unique thing here in the Philippines because we have like more than 60 different local languages. And one of the things that I've been trying to do is to try to communicate in the more casual language when I interview guys and girls for my channel. I want to jump now to Joshua because you are foreign educated and you are more comfortable with English. Do you think that because of there is a certain prestige for Filipinos that can speak English well? Do you think that there is too much emphasis on that, and that maybe we have to normalize speaking in different languages that are rooted here in the Philippines?
To be honest with you, I feel like knowing English is a very good skill to have because, like, internationally, obviously, one of the most spoken languages in the world is English. So having that skill to being able to communicate in English is a very good skill to have, Pero being a Filipino means that you shouldn't turn down your own national language. You should learn how to speak Tagalog, and that's a skill that I'm trying to slowly learn. My brothers, my Mama Shandy, everybody, they're always speaking Tagalog around me, and even though I sit there like I just don't understand what they're saying, I still pick up some words I do understand already. Some words I don't, but I can still put it into context, like what they're talking about. So even though I am very foreignly educated, the only language I've really spoken my entire life is English. Even though that's the case, I'm still willing to put in an effort to learn my national language because that's part of what being Filipino is truly about. It's speaking Tagalog, it's speaking Visaya, wherever you're from. And I feel like that's sort of something that shouldn't be turned down when you're being Filipino. You shouldn't just focus on English. You should focus on your national language, which is Tagalog.
Yeah, and that's a good thing that you are friends with Rizmel because Rizmel can teach you Tagalog. His Tagalog is actually not the common Tagalog that is being used in the Philippines. His is more of the purer, I would suppose to say, the purer Tagalog because Filipino, the difference between Filipino and Tagalog is that Filipino picks up several different words from other Filipino languages and then added it into it, while Tagalog is the purest form of the language. It's the base form. It forms the base of the Filipino language that has borrowed several words from other dialects and languages here in the Philippines. Now I want to jump naman kay Justine. Justine, we move in a very small circle. You're familiar with Chelsea. You're familiar with Gabby. How did that happen? Paano nangyari na ang liit-liit pala ng mundo na kaibigan ko si Gabby, kilala ko si Chelsea, and then now parang 7 degrees of separation lang pala tayo.
Yes, bro. Actually, it's because of my original director, si Mother Ron So, he was the one siya yung nag-introduce sa pageant industry kay Chelsea and then kay Gabby, and then also to Michael Burr. So, kaya kilala ko si Chelsea. She's my friend since 2014 or 15 ata nung sumali sa Namutian, Samar. I am actually then from Samar. I grew up in Samar, so doon kami nag-meet. And then si Gabby naman is because of Mother Ron, and we are in the same management po sa Tacloban. So, kaya yun, nagkakilala kami. So, yun po. And then they are from Tacloban. Gabby is actually from Tacloban. Then aside na from Borongan yung roots ni Gabby din. So, and then we are also in the same school sa Tacloban. Asian Development College Foundation po.
So talagang maliit ang mundo, no?
Yes po.
Ayun. And off topic lang. Malakas kumain si Gabby pero bakit hindi siya tumataba? I mean, I've seen her eat, but she maintains her figure.
Actually, same sila ni Michael Burr. Bro, I'm so sorry I'm gonna let you down this time. Ang lakas po nilang kumain pero yan din yung tinatanong ko sa kanila. Ba't ang lakas yung kumain pero hindi kayo tumataba? Ako, konting kain lang tumataba agad. And then they will just laugh at me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Siguro,
Genetics.
Yeah.
Maybe genetics.
Body,
Sana all lang.
I just thought of this just ngayon lang. Pwede pala tayong magtayo ng ng basketball team with the 10 of you guys, no? I mean, the starting lineup would be the 6-footers, no? And
Yung mga reserve yung
you reserve yung mga anyone below 6 feet. Yan. I just thought of that off topic. Now I want to ask, how was the experience joining Great Man? Because it's not easy. I've seen the cuts and it's cutthroat. I mean, from 108 down to the top 40, the cut has been brutal. Sa inyo na naka-experience nun, how does it make you feel that even if the cuts are brutal, you manage to survive?
It's a very, very good question. Because, to be honest with you, it's just, I feel like everybody just gave it their best. With the resources that they had and everything that, is going on in today's society, I feel like everybody did what they could with the things that they had. And I feel like, yeah, sure, the cuts have been brutal, but that's just show business. Nothing comes easy. You might take risks in life and you might step out of your comfort zone and it might not go your way. But you have to not let that keep you down. Like this is part of being human. This is part of living life. You're gonna have your good days and then you're also gonna have your bad days. You're gonna get your way in life and then you're also not gonna get your way in life. There's always gonna be rejection. There's always gonna be whatever the opposite of rejection is. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, you can't let that keep you down, because everybody gave it their best. Everybody really, really put themselves out there. I can even see that. Being the winner myself, looking at all the other candidates, they all really gave it their all, and that's what makes me appreciate them, and that's what actually makes me want to fight for them, because they gave it their all. So why shouldn't I?
Yeah, actually, I feel the same way din po kasi everyone is very, very strong. Sabi pa nga ng iba, walang tapon. Pero para sa akin, ay siguro sa akin na naka-experience ng shirt and pageant, siguro it's our destiny po to be put in this situation to have this title. And then, to be real honest, if hindi po ako yung nanalo as Great Man Pro Earth, I am very much grateful pa din po. Kasi to compete with 40 equally great men po, and then the experience that we made from Baguio up until here in Manila, ay parang overwhelming na siya in a good way, by the way. So overwhelming na siya, and then gusto ko magpasalamat din po sa organization, kina Miss Shandy, kina Sir Dennis, kina Sir Andy for being so hands-on, and then for, parang ang gaan-gaan lang makatrabaho sila. So, sa cutting naman, I feel like yung mga other candidates para sa akin po siguro okay lang siguro kasi yun nga, we are in a competition with equally great men, and then everyone gave their best. It's just that it's a matter of understanding that it's your night or not. So parang ganun lang po. Anyways, it doesn't close the doors of opportunities po. So kung di ka makapasok sa finals or like sa title, it's about understanding lang po na.
Rizmel, gusto ko lang din itanong since you also won, the national costume na award, na there is an aspect of the national costume na hindi lang dapat maganda yung costume, but kinakailangan performance level din na katulad ng ginawa mo, di ba? So, nahihirapan ka ba with yung pagbalanse ng requirement na kinakailangan maganda ang suot ko, pero kinakailangan sabayan ko din ng performance?
Sa akin po, napipil ko po yung bigat niya. Mahirap po talaga siyang dalhin, pero nasa isip ko, gawa po to ng handler ko, gawa po to ng designer ko. So, kailangan ko po ibigay din yung pinagpaguran nila at matumbasan din po yung mga ginawa nila. Kasi 2 days nilang ginawa yun, and sobrang hindi po talaga sila natulog. Nagpuyat po sila para sa costume na yun. Nung pauwi pa lang po kami ng Bago. So, nasa isip ko po habang nandun pa lang po ako sa bus, gagawin ko po yung makakaya ko kasi binigay lahat po ng designer ko kung ano po yung makakaya nila. So, dapat ganun din po yung magawa ko.
Ayun, salamat. Now, I want this question for everyone. Great Man has been like sort of a game changer. Hindi siya yung katulad ng ibang mga national pageants na cover ko na. And coming from my experience na nasubaybayan ko yung mga pageants, mga male pageants from 1990s, nung ginanap yung manhunt dito sa Pilipinas, from the 2010s to the 2000s to the 2010s. The trajectory of the improvement of male pageants really started this year. Nakita ko na ngayon, pwede pala ang decente na male pageant, na pwede naman pala yung a respectable competition that is fair and that is judged fairly. Now, what do you think can you offer to continuously enhance yung image that great man of the Universe Philippines have started in terms of being fair, in terms of being decent, in terms of being a respectable competition?
Great man of the universe. Pero anyways po, para sa akin po, it's about showing them that yung responsibility na binigay sa amin, kaya namin gawin. Kaya actually very excited po sa mga mangyayari sa susunod, sa mga projects na ibibigay sa amin. And then, yun po, to prove everyone na yung great man, hindi lang siya basta pageant na nagpa-pageant, and then kung sino yung pinakamataas, sino may pinakamagandang katawan, sino yung pinakatama magsalita, yun yung mananalo. Hindi, we wanted kasi the Great Man of the Universe organization kasi wanted to put it into a higher level po sa may pageantry industry. So parang we want to put this unique branding sa male pageant industry po na great man, literally a man and a gentleman na may purpose ka, like may ginagawa ka na literal na ginagawa mo, hindi lang nanalo ka sa pageant, hindi lang sumali ka sa pageant and then the fame after that pageant, but we have this responsibility po na bihira mo makikita sa ibang mga pageants po.
Joshua, there is a difference with the female pageants as compared to the male pageants, not just here in the Philippines, but all over the world. Even international competitions, if you line up male competitions as compared to the female competitions, there are more sponsors in the female pageants, there's more fame to be found. Do you think that it's high time that the male pageants, be elevated to that same level?
Well, this is the one question that I can't answer.
Because there's a difference really with
Yeah.
how people, even how fans treat male versus female pageants. With female pageants, there's more security. There's more beefed up security. But with male pageants, you seem to be more accessible. Do you think that that aspect you can leverage that aspect of being accessible to level up the image of male pageantry?
Well, I feel like male pageantry and female pageantry should be treated as equal, but male pageantry is still relatively new.
Yeah.
Even though it's been around for quite a while now, it's still relatively new to society. When you think of pageantry, you think of females.
Yeah.
You think of females doing it. Like, I remember when I told my friends about the fact that I was joining a pageant, like they were like, "Isn't that only for females and stuff like that?" Like I didn't know that it was for males as well. So I feel like Great Man of the Universe is it can be a start. It can be a beginning to creating equality between female and male pageants. And I feel like we can show that male pageantry can be just as equally as great as female pageantry. Especially now, like in nowadays when people are looking for equality, why not? Why can't we make pageantry as equal as well?
Rizmel, ikaw naman, kasi galing ka ng Santa Rosa, Laguna. And from my experience, yung mga taga Laguna, iba yung suporta na ibinibigay nila sa mga kandidato nila. And I've seen that especially doon sa Binibining Pilipinas, yung kay Yana Aduana na nagrepresent ng probinsya ng Laguna. All out ang support sa kanya. Nararamdaman mo din ba yun nung sumali ka sa Great Man of the Universe Philippines?
Yes po, lagi po nila akong pinapaalalahanan, tapos lagi rin po nilang sinasabi na kaya ko to, lumabang ka, ganun po lagi po nilang sinasabi yun. So, nararamdaman ko po na pag yung mga talaga Laguna po talaga ay sobrang focus po sila sa mga pageants po and super supportado
Supportado ka sa kanila. Okay, that's good to hear because it's not common knowledge. It's common knowledge, sorry, that there's a difference between the treatment between the male and female na pageants. Now, I want to ask this last question before we end. What do you think you can bring to the table to the Great Man of the Universe na Philippines na titles that you currently have, para ma-elevate yung organization, ma-elevate yung mga advocacies that you're advocating for?
I feel like my edge and what makes me unique and what I can bring to the table is the fact that I can be a good influence to the youth. Because that's my advocacy. I want to bring, like, help the upbringing of the new generation. I don't want them to go down the road of like bad influences such as drugs, alcoholism, and stuff like that. You know, I want to be able to be a good influence to them. And I feel like the fact that I went out of my comfort zone, joined the national pageant, and did something that I never would have imagined myself to do. Showed my resilience. The fact that even though I was knocked down, I still came back, and I still came back stronger. I feel like that's what I have to offer towards the table.
Ako naman, I would do anything that I can to make myself proud, of course, of my family and of course the organization, to whatever projects that organization wants me to handle, or sa lahat ng mga darating na opportunities for us. I will always make sure na to do it very well and to make everyone proud. So I think as a Great Man of the Universe Pro Earth, I have this very big responsibility po na kailangan tutunan mo yun.
Yeah.
But yung kailangan i-handle like something like that, and I want everyone to know na I will handle it very well, and then I will make you all proud po. So,
sa akin naman po, syempre, kagaya po nung pagsali ko sa Great Man of the Universe, syempre, gagawin ko po yung lahat ng makakaya ko sa mga darating pa po na araw. Then, ayun po, basta bibigay ko lang po din yung pagbibigay ko naman po ng focus po sa advocacy ko. Syempre, gusto ko rin po matulungan yung mga kabataan na wag po silang sumubok, wag po silang matakot sumubok ng mga panibagong bagay. Dahil may tamang oras po para sa kanila. Ayun po.
Ayan. So the final thing that I would ask of you is to speak in the vernacular, speak in the language of your provinces, and invite yung mga supporters, yung mga nanonood na suportahan kayo at i-follow kayo sa mga social media accounts ninyo. Ayan, Rizmel?
Maraming salamat po sa lahat po ng sumuporta sa journey ko dito sa Great Man of the Universe. Sana po patuloy niyo po akong suportahan sa mga darating ko pa pong laban. At maraming salamat po sa inyo. And sana po wag po kayong matatakot na sumubok ng mga magagandang bagay, dahil ito po ay makakatulong din sa iba pang tao na mabibigyan natin ng saya. And ayun po, patuloy lang po tayo sa pag-abante. Lagi ko pong sinasaisip sa puso ko na lagi po tayong titingin sa langit at yung paa po natin ay lagi nakalapag pa rin sa lupa.
Justine?
alright, so unahang atanan karon yung magpasalamat han organisasyon han Great Man of the Universe, gagi pangungunahan ni Mrs. Jandelyn Monte Carlo, kaupo nila Sir Andy, kanila Sir Dennis, giving us this opportunity po. And then ikaduha na akong eskwelahan for being very supportive to ADFC. Aton, damo nga salamat hayo nga tanan nga mga tawo nga nagsusuporta ha akon, damo nga salamat hayo. Unta padayon kami niyo nga suportahan nga, padayon kami niyo nga bantayan itong mga matiarabot nga mga oportunidad nga para haamon. And then ayaw kalimti, do not forget to follow the social media accounts ng Great Man of the Universe para magkaada ka mo updates itong matatabo ang mga winners, especially haamon nga magkakaada ito yung mga international nga mga competition. Also bali sa Facebook is Great Man of the Universe Official, on YouTube Great Man of the Universe Official, and Instagram Great Man of the Universe. And of course ayaw gyapon kalimti pag-follow ha akon kung gusto niyo bantayan itong mga itong mga tumatawa kayo. sorry. Kung gusto niyo bantayan itong mga matiarabot yung mga oportunidad ha akon, i-follow gihapon ako ni Facebook, Justine Ong, and Instagram, justin.ong.ig, and then hapon na po. Damang salamat kayo. Tawa kasi. Ganyan mo, bro.
Because what I really wanted was to make sure that every language in the Philippines be given an opportunity at the national stage, because it's about time that we be comfortable with the languages, not just Tagalog, that we have. Ayan, and finally we have Joshua.
So, Mahadjong gabi. Mahadjong gabi kaninyong tanan. Daghan salamat everybody for supporting me, going from Visayas to English. I hope that wasn't too bad, but daghan salamat to everybody who supported me through this. Daghan salamat to all of my candidates, especially these two guys right here, stuck with me since day one. And especially thank you to my island Bohol for always supporting me. The family of Nailux, family of House of Beauties, family of Virtufo, for getting me pampered up and getting me ready for this pageant. I also want to thank God, of course. I want to thank my manager, Roger Ryan, for giving me this opportunity to compete nationally, and now internationally for the Philippines. I want to thank my family members for pushing me to actually do this. I want to thank my Mama Shanti for organizing this, and Sir Dennis as well for helping organize this as well. I also want to thank Mama Roner for doing my makeup. Sometimes I still owe you that Starbucks. And honestly, I just want to thank everybody, to be honest with you, because without you guys, I wouldn't be here right now, and I wouldn't have gotten that title. So, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you guys for this opportunity, and good luck in your international competitions. And this Christmas, I hope na kumain kayo ng marami before you start your diets. So susunod na videos, at salamat sa lahat ng sumubaybay, and see you in our next video. Thank you, everyone.
Salamat.
Thank you po.